What's going on, everybody? I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and today we're going to be talking about, as you can see, 5 things that makes a woman wildly attached to a man and even obsessed with him at some points. And so, as you can hear in my voice is actually like pretty shot today. I've had back-to-back calls, and I didn't expect my voice to be like so worn out, but we got to keep going, baby. Like, this is the fucking grind right here, you know? And of course, as you can hear, as soon as I start this video, of course, you hear the lawnmower guys probably in the background like, oh shit, Selna started a video? Lawnmower, go, bring it in, loud as fuck. So, it's just one of those days, right, man? But hey, we'll get through it, and I'm still gonna pump you guys some major value in this video. So, let's jump right into it about the 5 things that makes a woman wildly attached to a man, as you can see here. And let's just start with the basics here, is that these things, yeah, they may be a little dark, especially the last one. So make sure you guys stay to the last one, because you got to know exactly how to actually do that to make it successful. And yeah, make sure if you can handle it, of course, is what I said here. If you can handle it, of course, man, stay till the end. You know what I'm saying? So the woke mom and the feminists might call this toxic masculinity. They might be in the comment section crying their eyes out about this is just toxic masculinity. And the fact is that women actually need this stuff to fall in love, and they need this stuff to actually have a healthy, loving relationship. Where people get it wrong is that they go down that shallow route of just hooking up over having a healthy, quality, loving relationship, and that's what makes women start this toxic masculinity bullshit. Because yeah, of course, like if the man just said all these sweet nothings to her, and then she just, she gets dumped after she got told that she was the one once in a lifetime woman, then she gets dumped. Like, of course I'd be thinking the same fucking thing. So as men, you have to be able to do this stuff in a way that's going to help you actually attract a quality relationship, right? So you promise me that? Okay, good. Now we can continue. But number one is painting the what if narrative for commitment. And what is the what if narrative? It's basically saying, like, there's so many girls that you're talking to, right? Like, just, like you're on Team SK, of course. There's just infinite amounts of girls you're talking to, obviously. But she is the one that you might actually end up with, because she's a little bit different from every other girl. She's special from every other girl. And you can see how quickly that this can become toxic and used for very bad things, right? Because if you do this wrong, it's just going to make her think that you're just a guy that's going to be playing her and using her. And it's going to leave a really bad taste in her mouth for men that actually are quality, like us on Team SK here. But let me ask you this. What is the point of the first date? What is the point of the first date? To get a kiss? Or is it to get a second date? Or is it to even get her on a date in general? What is it? The point of the first date is none of those things. The point of the first date is to create a deep bond with the girl. Okay? Why is that? It's because if a girl feels a deep bond for you, there's no way she's going to leave you. There's no way she's ever going to go cold on you and pull away from you if she feels this deep bond that she's invested into with you. Right? Masculine energy is about drive, mission, purpose, success, dominance, while feminine energy is about bonding, connecting, opening up to receive her man, love and connection. That's why so many get it wrong when they try to focus on feminine qualities like chasing a relationship, when in fact you should be just chasing being playful with her and just having fun with her, and that's naturally going to make her want that relationship and build this bond with her. Right? When you go on the date with her, and like let's say like this is me and my girlfriend right here in this picture right here. You go on a date with this girl, and you have a bond like this where it's like you're literally swimming with dolphins, or you have just an amazing, it doesn't have to be swimming with dolphins, but it's like you have an amazing date that makes her feel this connection with you that she's never felt with any other guy ever. Do you think that there's any way in hell that she's going to leave you? Absolutely fucking not. She will want you. She will be connected with you. And when women have this deep pair bond with a man, it's almost impossible to get rid of them. They're going to be there for you all the time. They're going to want your attention all the time. When a woman is in love, when she feels this deep bond and connection with you, she's never going to leave you. There's just no chance of that. And so the point of the first date is to paint this what if narrative that creates this bond, this special bond with the girl, because when she's investing into this bond with you and she's really into you, there's no way that she's going to leave you. Absolutely no way. It's like when a girl is chasing you, she's not dumping you. You see what I mean? And so the point of the first date is to create this very, very special bond with the girl that makes her want more of you. If you guys have a problem with that, like if you guys struggle with that, then book a call using the link in the description below. Let's get you going in my program, or just DM me on Instagram, say you're directly from YouTube, and just be like, yo, dude, like I have a problem with this, and I know that something has to change. I was literally talking to someone this morning where he he's going to be joining my program probably tomorrow or the next day. I cannot exactly remember, but he had a problem with getting the second and third date, and he's 36 years old. He wants a quality relationship. And I was like, dude, it's clearly your ability to naturally attract this girl and actually have this bond with the girl that's going to make her want this quality relationship with you. And if you guys struggle with that, message me. Let's get you on a call with me, and let's get you going. Like, I don't know why. Like, don't waste time with this stuff. Like, there's no point in waiting for something to happen. Time will not fix this stuff. You guys have to take action if you guys want to be successful with this stuff. So, number two, the second thing that makes women wildly attached to a man is standards and painting boundaries. You have to be the man that's willing to walk away, right? As the old saying goes, I think it was a Navy SEAL said this, or a Marine. He said, the most powerful negotiating position is always the man who is able to walk away and mean it, right? It doesn't mean you're able to, you say you can walk away and then you go 2 steps and then you come crawling right back, right? Like at a car dealership, if you know you can get a better deal elsewhere and you start walking away, you're going to get a really great deal. Like even this picture right here. We took this picture, me and my girlfriend, in Mexico. And they always upcharge you in Mexico. Holy fuck. They're like, oh, white guy? Extra $3,000 for that, right? Like, and they charged us, I believe it was $400 to get pictures and a video with this dolphin. And I was just like, absolutely fucking not, dude. I'm not going to pay $400 for a couple of MP4s and a video. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll give you 200. That's about all I'm going to do. And they're like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, okay, cool. And I started walking away. And then 5 minutes later, they chased me down before I got on the bus with my girlfriend. And they're just like, all right, we'll do it for 200 and we'll give you some print offs. And I was like, cool, let's do it right now. Let's run it. Like you have to be willing to walk away to get the girl. It's the same with chicks, right? If there's a girl that's really like, she's almost perfect, right? She's like 90% there and she's almost perfect, but she has a problem. Let's say that she has a problem with her ex-boyfriend, right? She can't dump her ex-boyfriend, get rid of her ex-boyfriend, or she has a little bit of an addiction in some way, like the drugs or whatever, or she's friends with her exes. Well, I don't know what the case is, but let's say she's almost perfect. Most guys could never stand up to a girl and be willing to walk away, and they would settle for that, and they would just be like, you know what, like she's hot, the sex is good, I'm just willing to make it work, and they settle, and then there's always this little voice in the back of their head that's saying, why'd you settle? You know what you wanted and you settled for less. What does that say about you as a man? It says that you're not really a man because you weren't willing to walk away. She is more powerful than you in this negotiation, which is, hey, I want you to dump the ex to be in a relationship with me, baby, because I know I can't deal with that. And if you can't do that, I get it. I got to go find someone else, and you have fun dealing with this toxic ex-boyfriend. But I'm asking you to give up your future to have a future. Give up your past to have a future with me. And if you can't do that, then we just can't make this relationship work. And you have to be congruent with that. Like if she says she can't do that, you're just like, that's fine. You know what? Like we'll stay friends and we'll stay going on dates, but it's never going to progress to a relationship like you probably would want it to. And so I just have to live by my truth, baby. And I just know that I'm not going to be okay with this. And eventually she will dump that guy or give up that habit because you mean so much to her. And if her investment into you is so great, and if you're willing to walk away, a girl will do almost anything to keep you. So keep that in mind. Attention should be like a drug, right? And this goes with the point right here where it's like standards and painting boundaries, is that if your attention is so different than anybody else's, and she can't get enough of you, she will never dump you, right? She will almost do anything to have you. And Camilo from my program, he does this super, super well. Like you can see right here, he got a girlfriend. He said, I spent the weekend with my girlfriend, went to a concert, blah, blah, blah. But you can see in these pictures here, like he's at a concert. Like there's a video here, I can't play it. This is a screenshot from the chat in my community, but with his girlfriend at a concert. His girlfriend's kissing him on the cheek right here. Like she's sending like cute selfies, man. Like women love a man's attention. They want your attention all the time when they're in love, and your attention should be like a drug for her. And how do you do that? Is that it's simple. You have to separate yourself from every other guy out there who's doing the same exact thing, like giving her lame, boring compliments or taking her out to dinner and asking her where she went to school. You have to be different from that. Like it's so easy if you look at what 99% of guys are doing out there. Like no wonder they can't get a girl. Like you can be an 8 out of 10 guy and still have 0 options, and you can be a 4 out of 10 girl and you still will have options, right? But the way that you need to be like a 9 out of 10 guy It's simple as that you have to be different from what every other guy is doing. What is every other guy doing? Chasing her, double texting her, right? Not being playful, not being fun, asking her when the next date is, right? Asking her if he can kiss her. Don't be the guy that's doing that. You need to make your attention valuable. You as a man, your two most powerful assets that you ever have is your time and your attention. And if you just give your attention away so freely, and I'll tell you exactly how to use your attention in number 5 to make this actually connect and work. But if you give your attention away so freely, what does that say about you? It says that your attention and your time is not valuable. Keep that in mind right there. Number 4, and this is going to be super, super powerful for you guys. Please pay attention to this part. Okay, please pay attention to this part. It's so powerful. Assume it's a yes, and it shall become. This is a game changer. I literally just got off a call with my client Afros, and from Dallas, Texas, and he was like, dude, this was one of the most powerful things I learned from the program. Like, this is gonna work. He came from another guy's program and was just like, yeah, it's kind of ass. Came here and dude, it's gonna be a game changer. He's only been in the program for like, I think he joined Saturday, so it's only been like 5 days. But it's gonna be an absolute game changer. The same with Weston right here. It says Weston joined, and like the first month, he just got incredible results, as you can see in this picture right here. But he said, before I joined this community, I was only getting 6s and rarely 7s. I could never get through the 10s tests. I either lacked confidence or I couldn't think of what to say in the moment. After watching the training, the number one thing I needed to change was my interpretation. It was an immediate game changer. It made everything so easy, just always assuming that they were hitting on me. Slept with the hottest girl I've ever been with this weekend, college cheerleader, and they're still talking. Weston actually won the MVP in my program just because he took everything in the program, applied it, everything changed, right? And he's starting to date this girl now. He's probably going to get into a relationship with this girl, like a quality college cheerleader that hopefully she's quality, right? But I mean, by what he's told me, she's pretty quality. She's loyal. She's a great girl. She's very smart. A perfect match for Weston. He runs his own roofing business. Like, a perfect match for him. And the game changer was his interpretation. But what does that mean, right? What does it mean? Assume it's a yes and it shall become. What does that exactly mean? So, what that means is that, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're texting a girl, or you take a girl on a date, let's say, and you take her on a date. The date goes fucking amazing, as it should, because you're on Team SK, right? She's in love with you already, right? And she texts you about like that night or the next day or like a couple of days later, she texts you, and a low value guy would assume what? He would assume that, oh, I gotta talk to her, I gotta warm her up, she probably won't want to go out again. A high value man is gonna interpret it, oh, she's texting me because she wants to see me. And he's like, hey baby, like, miss you, when can I see you, when's our date? Right? He says it like as simple as that, sets the date, boom. He assumes that with his interpretation, as Weston said right here, I need to change my interpretation. His interpretation is that she wants him, right? Assume that it's always a yes. Assume that she's always into you. That's what the confident man always does right there. Low confident men do not interpret it like that. They interpret it in a low value way where it's like, oh, she's talking to me because I don't know, like I'm the only guy to talk to, or like she left me on read because I'm ugly, something like that. It's like, no, like have your interpretation meaning like it's a yes. I know it's a yes. And this is where I want to wrap up here, is that number 5, use silence as an asset. And here's how you do that, is that mystery is key to getting the girl, right? Think of like a movie. Let's say a movie that ends on a cliffhanger, let's say. What happens at the end of that movie? You're like, you're talking to your friends about it after the movie, you're like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, they're like, I think this is gonna happen. You're like, no, I think this is gonna happen. You guys are talking about it, right? Like, what's gonna happen? Let's say that you're going to a movie and your friend already saw it, and he's like, oh, that person dies right there. Are you as curious now about the movie as you were? Probably not, right? Like, you say you are just because you're like, I wanna be, but you know you're not as curious when they tell you who dies in the movie or whatever. You know what I mean? And you have to use this with getting girls, is that if you are a mystery to getting girls, like you leave her on a cliffhanger of like, what does he mean by that? And she goes and talks to her friends about you, and she's like, he said this, like, what do you guys think that means? I thought it meant this, but he hasn't texted me, and like, I don't know. And she starts talking to her friends about you. You need 2 things to make a girl obsessed with you. You need 2 things. This is very, very important. The first thing is that you need her to be investing into you. When she's talking about her friends, she's investing into you, right? She's investing her energy into you and her time into you for talking about you. She's not talking about any other guy. The second thing you need is you need to be on her mind when she's not with you. When she's not texting you, when she's not with you, you need to be on her mind. She needs to be thinking about you. If you can combine those two things perfectly, I teach you how to do that in my program. If you guys still struggle with getting a girl like obsessed with you, like a quality chick, and like you're still struggling with getting quality chicks, like let's get you in the program. Let's get you rolling. Okay, like booking a call using the link in the description below. Get on a call with me. Bring your credit card. We'll get you rolling in the program. We'll get you straight. Trust me. Or just DM me on Instagram, like I said earlier. Be like, hey, I'm directly from YouTube. We'll prioritize you over like the 100 guys that are messaging us per day right now. We're getting like a super high volume right now, but don't waste time on this stuff. Like if you guys are like in your 20s and 30s, like time is not going to fix this. More experience is not going to fix this. Like you need an action plan. You need to get going and you need to partake in your own rescue. Like if you guys are really serious about this, work with me. Join my program. Like as you can see, Weston, Camilo, everyone's crushing it here. You will be next as long as you just join the program. So just bring your credit card to the call. Let's get going. You guys fucking got this, man. We're going to take care of you here. But mystery is key to getting girls, okay? And you don't want to always be texting her, blowing up her phone. Like, that shows her that you're not a mystery. And again, like, your attention is your asset. And if you're blowing up her phone, she's interpreting this that your attention isn't really that valuable. And she treats you according to that belief right there that you have about yourself. You must let her simply come to you, right? Use silence, let her come to you. And when she comes to you, then just set the date. It should almost be hands off. And like I said, if it's not hands off for you guys, if you feel like it's really hard, like there's a lot of effort you're putting into it, just book in that call or just DM me on Instagram and let's get you rolling. Let's get you in my program. Let's fucking start crushing it today. Like, don't waste any more time with this stuff because you should be focused on bigger things like your purpose and really, really leaving a fucking mark on this world before you die. So, I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating. I hope you guys found this valuable. Subscribe, like, comment down below what you want to hear more of, and I'll see you guys next time.